Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
I'm appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, because it's time for the After the Show podcast.
Yeah, here we go. Happy Monday. Welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. How the heck is everybody?
Hey.
Yeah, coming off a weekend. It's all hot and murky out there. This is going to be a hot as balls week, too.
Yeah, like over 100.
Yeah.
We're getting
Crazy.
like what the rest of the country's been getting now.
Yeah, I was looking in the weather map they had for Europe they put up on the screen today, and they said that the high temp in Paris is going to be 102. And this is an area they're saying that typically they're used to temperatures like in the mid-70s, low 80s.
And they're actually like dropping like flies. Like it's killing people with big numbers because they're just not used to the heat.
Sacre bleu. Yeah,
That's
they
just
said, can you imagine if that's
horrifying.
what you're used to? And yeah, a lot of people probably don't even have AC.
Right.
You know, if you're used to that temperate condition, then yeah, you throw 102 at somebody, that's crazy. So, yeah, I don't know, man. World's gone nuts, Virginia.
It's hell in a handbasket, Virginia.
And then I was watching some videos out of like Hawaii, and they're having like record high tides and surf. And so like waves are coming up and crashing over like 2-story apartment buildings. It's just like,
Yeah.
boosh.
I think this plan is trying to shake the fleas.
I blame TikTok.
Probably, yeah. It's got to have something to do with this, right?
TikTok's not helping.
Yeah, I noticed there is a correlation. When TikTok came around, the world really started to go to hell.
It's the world has gone to hell in a handbasket.
Yeah, it's scary times. It's crazy. Kind of glad I am where I am in life.
I am too. I
Because-
was thinking about that the other day. I like my age. I like where I'm at.
Yeah, if I were young, teens or whatever, I'd be looking at this and be like, I don't know, man. Maybe you don't know better, but I'd be like, yo, man, the world getting crazy.
Yeah, I do. I like where I'm at.
I don't like where we're headed.
Yeah, I feel like, you know what? I might tap out right about the good time.
Yeah, if I could
It
stay.
might be time to go.
If I could stay like this, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah,
I'm with you, Kevin.
yeah. There's a new thing that they're doing here because part of what's making the world go awry is cow farts. I don't know if you knew that. That's a big part of it. So we got to get away from all that methane and cow burps and whatnot.
Well, it seems like it's a joke.
It does.
Cow
It
farts is
feels,
what's bringing us
Like,
down.
wait a minute, really? So we
What?
got huge tides in Hawaii because of cow farts? Yeah.
Moo.
So everything is, maybe one day we'll get to all plant-based stuff. Will you be able to make it on that? Will you know the difference? They keep throwing different stuff at you to try to say, you'll have no idea that this is actually mushroom jerky and not beef jerky.
I have delved in this world before. My sister at one point was a very strong vegan. She goes back and forth at times.
Okay.
I think she's back on that vegan train. So she'd always make me, try stuff. And then me and Denny's have done the vegan diet a few times.
Yeah.
And I lost a lot of weight doing it. And I've always told you about that vegan diner, the one in Oregon my sister took me.
Yes, you love
It
that.
was one of the best restaurants I've ever been to in my life. So
Yeah.
if you do it right,
Yeah.
I think there's something there. But they make it, they make the vegan food where it's not healthy.
Right.
You can be very
You can still be a
yeah, it's not meat.
tub
but
of goo.
big time.
You're
Mashed
still a fat
potatoes
ass.
and fucking vegan gravy. You can still get your ass fat.
yeah. Yeah, they got a really great vegan restaurant here called Darbster. If you're a
I've
vegan.
been there, yep.
Yeah,
I've
they
been
do
there.
really good stuff.
My little sister Becky loves it there.
Okay.
Ryan Beckett's a big fan of that
Okay.
place. And then there's that Michael's or Christopher's Kitchen
okay.
in Gardens too.
It's expensive,
It is
but
expensive.
it's
Yeah.
All
fun.
vegan food is
I
fucking
know, that's how they
expensive.
get you, right? So
Even
it's
in the
all-
store.
Yeah. So Virginia's got some mushroom jerky here. Will you know the difference?
They say it's better than beef jerky.
Yeah, that's what they say. Who's they?
The vegans.
The vegans say.
Yeah, it's got the flavor to it. It's all that flavoring they put on there. They do that. I'll tell you what it reminds me of. It's got the same almost feeling of their chicken that I'll get sometimes.
The plant-based chicken.
But again, you have to prepare it the right way. If not, it's shit.
I don't think that's bad. I think that's actually really good.
Yeah, there's some good stuff out there.
You threw it away?
Well, I hate mushrooms.
Each piece cost me like $6.
I'll go get it. I'll go grab it.
That is one thing about that vegan crap. It is so expensive.
Oh, especially now since everything's gone up. Stuff that was $4 is $7 now.
Totally.
I think it's gross.
You hate it?
I'm not a fan. No.
I would like to prepare the chicken fingers for y'all and have you have real ones and have fake ones, blindfold you, and see if you really can tell a difference.
Okay.
I'd love to do that.
Well, that's what's messed up, though, because I like mushrooms. It just, I don't know. It tastes gross. And, it's almost got like a sweet thing. And they had, here's the other thing, too. It's got organic maple sugar in there.
They try to sweeten it up.
Yeah, they do.
It's a teriyaki flavor.
You got to cook it to the point where if you're going to do the vegan stuff, in my opinion, like your burgers or your chicken, you have to cook it to where it's almost kind of not burned.
Well done.
You gotta well done those fuckers. The burgers are gross if you don't well done them. They are.
When they're slimy. Oh.
It's fucking gross, man.
Okay.
You hate it? You hate the taste?
Yeah, I don't know. And I don't know if it's the mushroom or if it's the teriyaki part. Maybe, I don't know.
It might be the teriyaki.
Maybe
the teriyaki was very strong on that mushroom.
They did have other flavors.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. And I really did give the plant-based stuff a good run. I was like, yeah. And I gave it 2 full weeks, nothing but plant-based stuff. And I didn't like a lot of what I ate, and on top of it, I felt so bloated. And
really?
I did, and on top of it, maybe it was in my head, but I had a trainer that was, he's the one that got me on keto at the time, and because I went back and forth between the plant-based and the keto, and maybe he, I don't know, pulled a Houdini on me or something, but he showed how I wasn't as strong when I was on the plant-based when I was eating the keto.
Oh.
So, and he's like, you feel a little bit more, I'm like, yeah, I kind of do. I just have always felt better eating it. Look, I trust me, one, I don't want animals to have to die for my diet. So, yeah, I love the concepts of being vegan.
The other thing, too, that's a little fucked about the whole vegan thing, we were talking about the expense. It's also not the easiest stuff to kind of put together, too. It's a lot of preparing, and if you're
That
not
was part of it, too.
If you're not preparing, you're eating the fast food type of vegan stuff.
Yeah.
The Gardein and all that, which, it's chicken tenders. It's fake chicken tenders, but it's still fatty as fuck.
Yeah, and where I think I would be, like yesterday, I went to lunch, and pretty much everything that we got was vegetables. So I still eat an assload of vegetables. I love all that. And that's where I would come close. It's just when they kind of give you something, it's like going, you'll never know.
Diner.
I just haven't really had that where I'm like, no, I know.
They made chicken fried steak. I can see it. I can still taste the mashed potatoes. The diner was that good, and it was all vegan. I couldn't believe it.
Okay, yeah.
I ordered so much food from that place. Brought many doggy bags back to my sister's house.
What if you found out it wasn't all vegan? They tricked you.
Well, I would be. That makes sense. All right.
Like, oh, yeah.
Well, no wonder it tastes delicious.
Okay, got some other emails here about food. Josh had said, yeah, I was in Publix over the weekend, and I saw that they're selling a Cajun smoked turkey and fried shrimp po' boy. I tried it and thought it was delicious, but I'm not from Louisiana. I would not consider myself a po' boy expert. I want to know if the Raging Cajun has ever tried the Publix po' boy, and if she thinks anywhere outside of Louisiana can make a good po' boy. Is there a secret to a good po' boy, and what's the best sandwich? And you can see the photo, not that you can judge the taste, but from what I've understood, a lot of the po' boy has to do with the bread.
That is true.
So I don't know if by looking at the bread there, you can judge if that is a good po' boy or not. The Cajun smoked
that bread
turkey
looks
and shrimp
good.
po' boy.
That bread looks good. Yeah, it's usually going to be like a French bread, which the closest thing sometimes they have here that I've found is like a Cuban bread. But it really depends on how fresh is the bread.
You're gonna probably kick me right in my dick, but I loved the po' boy from Gump's. Bubba Gump's. Gump had a good po' boy.
Okay.
Oh, yeah?
I loved it. It was big. It was fat.
Are all those gone? Are there any Bubba Gumps left?
I haven't seen a Gump in a minute.
That's a good question.
I know the one in Jupiter's gone bye-bye, and that's been gone for a while.
Yeah. For a long while.
That's not. I don't see you guys liking a Gump place too much. It's very chain.
It's very chain. They still do have them.
They do. Okay. I think there used to be one. Was it Lauderdale by the Sea? I think it was that had one.
They've got one. I mean, ironically.
Yeah, they do have one in Fort Lauderdale. They got one on Biscayne Boulevard in Miami.
Universal, they got one.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, and then Daytona's got one. Yeah, so they're still around. All right.
Oh, you fucking hate Gump. I know you do. Frozen bullshit chain restaurant.
I might be okay with it. Yeah,
It's not the worst. I mean, I wouldn't come with the hate.
Give me a little drink in your belly, and you are going to be bitch witch.
Man, I guess maybe they closed the one. They used to have one in the French Quarter in New Orleans, but I don't see it on their list anymore.
A lot of them have been closing, yeah. And the one in Miami, that's in Bayside. So, if you're down there looking for the Bubba Gump.
Bubba Gump.
Steve had sent us this email. He said there's a restaurant that I saw has a sign posted asking Uber Eats drivers to tip the restaurant workers. Initially, you'd think that's nuts, right? But he said, wasn't there a discussion not too long ago, maybe pre-pandemic, about the concept of giving a tip when you pick up your meal for the server who boxed it up to go?
Yeah, they're gonna, but they are gonna see that they're not gonna have to pay the tip for that. They're working. They're not gonna expect you to tip them.
He said, if I were a server at a sit-down restaurant where I would normally get tips if somebody were doing curbside, and I had to spend all this extra time packaging meals for the delivery drivers, I'd be rightfully upset about not getting a tip.
The Uber driver can't tip the food establishment.
No,
what the fuck are we doing?
You're never going to get the Uber driver to tip you because he doesn't know if he's going to get tipped yet.
Yeah.
And the restaurant's going to know he's the Uber driver, she's the Uber driver because they're in cahoots with one another. So it's not like it's going to be a situation where you don't know whether to tip the Uber driver or not. You know who it is.
So I'd assume you probably hate the Uber Eats stuff then if you work in one of those restaurants because you might be losing a lot. We used to get a lot on curbside. Now that they do the Uber Eats, you're probably like, dang it, I hate that because I used to get tips.
Well, if you're expecting the Uber Eats driver to tip you, that's on you.
He's not going to tip you.
No.
Kevin, we
For that
hated that
reason.
email. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
David with a do-it bitch punishment idea. He said, I had Indian food for dinner tonight. It's been a while since I've had it. I always got medium for the spicy level, and it was super hot. And most Indian restaurants seem to have 4 levels of spice, the hottest being Indian hot. I've never tried this, but I think you guys should have to eat a bit of Indian hot for a do-it bitch punishment.
I'm down, man. We love suggestions for punishments.
Yeah, we just danced with some sassy Amish peppers this past week.
Did you get any hate emails from Virginia's Amish rant? You didn't get one, did you?
I don't think so,
I
no.
don't think you got
I
one.
told you the Amish aren't listening.
Yeah.
That's the
They're not
funny.
using email.
That's the funniest part of it. You can dog the Amish on the radio. They don't have electricity, bro.
I thought about that rant a few times over the weekend and going, if that was a rant about anybody else, you're probably going to hear some heat from somebody.
But that's why it's funny.
Well, of course.
Well, the E in email stands for electronic, and that's pretty much the one thing they don't have.
But you know how it is, though. Somebody who's not Amish could have easily called you out. Nobody called you out.
And I don't hate the Amish. I hope people realize that's the joke of it. Just going in so hard on the Amish and just attacking them
You're doing a bit.
maliciously.
You're doing a bit.
It's a bit.
Trolling the Amish.
Trolling the Amish is so funny to me. Because that Amish guy was a douche to us in Kentucky.
Well,
he was a judgy little sassy Amish dick.
It was weird. Over the weekend, I had heard 2 different Amish stories not related to you, and then I put something on. Kingpin is on. That's an Amish movie. So much
What are the
Amish
odds?
in
Yeah.
my life right now.
What are the odds?
When it Amishes, it pours.
You're right. Oh, okay. Maybe you should the fuck up.
You liked it at first.
I'm all in on Amish right now.
Hannah said on Thursday's show you talked about how people were upset with the chemotherapy scene in the new Thor movie. Well, I found a great website called doesthedogdie.com. If there's a dog in a movie, I can't enjoy the movie until I know if the dog is going to be okay or not. Okay. The website is expanded to over 90 categories for anything that could possibly trigger someone, including things like car accidents, specific types of gore, if there are bugs or snakes, etc. If people are going to be this sensitive, they should wait until the website is updated for the movie and then check back for their triggers.
It's called IamApussy.org.
Well, there you go. I guess if you are so triggered, that's a good solution for you.
What's funny is the people who got triggered by the triggering conversation. That's what's
Yeah.
Just go round and around. Everyone, guess what? You're a human. Something's going to trigger you. Something's going to annoy you. Something's going to bother you. Something's going to get up your ass and piss you
Well,
off.
hopefully it doesn't get up your ass. Just gets near your ass.
Chelsea said, so we were watching The Office, and my husband just said, I wish I could watch this show for the first time again.
Aw.
I know exactly what he means by that.
Yeah, and you're right, because there is something special to it. You'll go back and maybe watch something again and again, but there is just something about watching it the very first time, and it's so amazing. Like, I can't believe how good this is.
There is a lot to go with that because I watched The Office in real time. I didn't binge watch it. So I was a fan as it was really happening in pop culture. And I think there might be something to that. Every Thursday night, I would be excited because The Office was coming on. I remember that I would watch it that night. And then on Friday after the show, I would watch it again. It has a specific time stamp for me personally.
Yeah.
And I understand exactly what that person is talking
I
about.
do get that. There's a lot of the stuff that I have watched. I was thinking about that with John Wick. The movie had been out for a while, maybe 2 to 3 years. And it was just a Friday afternoon. I was waiting for the Queen to get home. Nothing was going on. I'm like, I got to kill like maybe 2 hours. I saw it. I'm like, I'll give it a shot. Put it on. I'm like, oh my gosh, man, what a great movie that was.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that was awesome. Just when you see something really good for the very first time, it's a different ride than when you see it again.
And I think, too, it also might depend on what's going on in your life.
Yeah.
I know when Chewy, my dog, passed away, I was so devastated, but Cobra Kai had dropped like 2 days right after he passed away. It was the only thing that got me distracted. And I remember I got solace and comfort from that. So that time period, even though it was sad, Cobra Kai, that season, it'll always have a special place in my heart because of what was going on.
Yeah, there's so many. If I just went down all my favorite series and movies, it would be nice if you could just wipe your brain of it and watch it again and be like, oh my gosh, it's so great.
That's how I felt about Tiger King, because we were first starting to go through COVID, and it was like when everything was really starting to shut down, and people were like, you got to see this Tiger King. You got to see this Tiger King. And I was like, well, I got time. Let me give it to this Tiger King. And I was so amused.
You loved it.
I was so thankful for Tiger King.
I wonder going back if I would actually enjoy Tiger King or I watched it because there was nothing else going on in life.
Kev, you read my brain today.
It's
because
great questions.
I didn't love Tiger King. I watched it because everyone else was watching it. Everyone's going through COVID. I still can't get that one scene out of my head.
With the meat?
When he's feeding everybody the Walmart meat and he's putting on the fucking pizza.
It was unbelievable, but it was just like, oh my gosh.
It was spoiled meat, I think. It was
Yeah.
the old ad. That's really stuck
That
with me.
was crazy, but I could not look away.
Yeah.
We were all obsessed with it because we were all stuck at home doing nothing.
It was a very weird time, man. It was odd. That's the good thing sometimes if you drink or smoke a little bit and you watch something, you watch it again the second time, like, I don't know if I can remember that part.
New to me.
Yeah, it's a good topic. Basically, anything that I've really loved or enjoyed, I can go back and do it.
It's nice when you find something cozy you're into. I tried to get magic all weekend long, and I could not find...
Just couldn't.
Oh,
nothing.
I lied. By the end of the weekend, I did on Netflix. If you do like this stuff, they just dropped a new season. It's that show called The Loan, where they have the 10 people go out in the woods and they have to survive and hunt themselves and do all that kind of hunt for themselves, I should say. They don't hunt
It's
themselves.
not Hunger Games.
No, they're not fucking killing people.
Yeah.
But it's such a good show. And they, this one woman was eating this mushroom, kind of like what we're doing. And she didn't know if it was poisonous or not. She was getting all gassy.
Yeah.
She had to go through the night wondering if she's going to die from this mushroom she was eating.
Damn.
Yeah. No, I had that last week when I watched The Terminal List We actually wound up watching that whole series twice because we wanted my wife's dad to see it because he likes all that kind of stuff.
That will happen too. If you like something so much, you have to watch it with somebody else.
But it was still good. I was like, I still loved it. That's a solid Amazon Prime. If you like that kind of thing. Navy SEAL guy goes on a revenge tour. It was really good. And like I said, if you missed it earlier, I put on The Boys. Everybody was talking about that. I'm like, I have good luck with Amazon Prime. And I put it on, and, people are saying, oh, don't watch it with Canon. I'm like, okay, well, let me check it out. 14, yeah, I can see why. But then it just was, I don't know. It was too much. I got the beginning.
Was it just like gratuitous sex?
I'll tell you about it. And
Tell me.
I'm gonna ruin a little bit of the first episode to let you know.
Was it a try hard? Did it try too hard?
Well, the first thing it was again, it's a superhero thing. And these are, I guess, like I said, I didn't even make it through the whole first episode. But it's, I guess, real life superheroes that also star in superhero movies. Is kind of what their thing is. And so there's, people with real special powers. And, sometimes, like I said, I don't mind all the gratuitous stuff. It's okay if it makes sense. If it plays into it, I'm like, okay. But when you just kind of do it to do it. And there was one guy, and he had the power to shrink himself. And so he is at a party, and he shrinks himself, and he's doing these little tricks or whatever. And then I guess his boyfriend or a guy he's attracted to is there, and they start making out, and he's like, come on, do it, do it, do it. So the guy shrinks himself down. They do some blow. He shrinks himself down, and the guy takes his dick out, and he crawls into his dick hole.
What?
And he's crawling around in his dick hole, and he sneezes, and the guy, he goes back to regular size, and the guy blows up. And so he's like blood everywhere, and
that was
what?
That was too much for you.
And then the guy shrinks back down again. Somebody else comes in the room, and the guy's trying to crawl. The little guy shrinks down. He's trying to crawl into somebody's asshole at that point. I'm like, all right.
Kevin's episode.
Yeah, crawling into dick holes and up assholes and all that. I'm like, I don't know. This is not. I don't think it'd be my show.
Yeah,
that's odd.
Well, that's why it doesn't work
know.
for Kevin.
It was a little squeamish seeing a guy, perusing through someone's dick hole. I'm like, all right, okay. So.
Yeah, all the comments. Kevin's a pussy. Kevin can't watch this shit.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
I can't watch it either.
Virginia's a pussy.
It doesn't do anything for me. Dick hole?
Yeah.
They're saying you didn't start from the new season. They said you started late. They're saying you got to start from episode 1. That's the new season you watched.
Oh, is it? Okay. All right. Maybe I
Because
did.
dick hole's a lot for episode 1.
Yeah. Well, that's what I got hit with. Whatever I got hit with, I was like, and I was trying to figure it out.
You can't come out the gate and hit people with dick hole.
And maybe that does make sense because it seemed like a lot. I'm like, I feel like I'm missing something here, and then I was like, all right.
And from what I understand, because some of the snack pack is recommended, you might have to toke up a little bit to kind of get in that. So you and Cannon need to roll a fat J.
Okay. Yeah, I think maybe I'll wait on that if I ever do go back. I saw that. I'm like, I don't know. This may not be a cat
Hey, look,
show.
it's not for you.
Yeah,
it's all right.
hey, look, I know some people love little dudes that crawl around in dick holes, so I know it's very popular for.
Snack Pack loves
show.
it. They go, Bird, I can't believe you haven't watched this. This is such a show you would love.
Okay. All right. Let me see a couple other emails here. One about a good way to get back at your HOA if you hate them. I don't know if this actually does work, but Tyler said there's nothing funnier than installing a 7,000 plus capacity bat roost, causing thousands of bats to come into your neighborhood. This will cause your HOA to complain, but they cannot legally do anything because bats are federally protected animals and it cannot be removed.
Yeah, but then all your neighbors are going to hate you.
And then you got bats all over your backyard. And, they're showing it like somebody lives out in the country. But, I mean, if you have an HOA, you're not going to have an HOA in the country like that if you have that much land.
They will, yeah.
I get it. But.
Everybody has sent me that meme because, yes, everyone knows how much I despise my HOA. But if you have a bat habitat that you build in your backyard, every single one of your neighbors is going to hate you. Like right now, half my neighbors hate me, but the other half are very much on my side and wish that I would get my pool.
Half of my, the reason why it took me longer to buy a house was because I did not want an HOA. There's a lot of houses available that have an HOA. Go fuck yourself with that noise. I never again. After the last HOA I had, never again. Can't stand them, Kevin.
Yeah.
They just have too much power. And depending on where you live, it can be absolutely life-altering for the bad. And it's just giving this group of randoms too much power. Because some of them are completely insane.
I just noticed, and just from hearing the stories that people email in, the way HOA does their shit is shady. If I lived in an area where Virginia's at, and I called the HOA and made up a bunch of horse shit about Virginia, a lot of HOAs, they just hear the one side, and then they're going to go after Virginia as if she is guilty. I've seen it happen to people in my personal life. It happened to me. They don't get both sides of the story, and that's fucked up.
They have too much power, and that's the problem. Anytime you have a group of randoms that haven't been formally trained how to do this gig, they're just volunteers, and a lot of them are, angry about how their life has turned out, and they want to take their vengeance out on you because you are happy.
Oh, the one douche, Denny's, had this small little it was a water leak in his car. It was doing nothing. This guy at 5:30 in the morning got on his back and was writing down all kind of details. He counted 30 pictures. So I finally go, "Hey man, did you take enough pictures? You think you got enough?" He just looked at me and kept writing, but he wrote in such an aggressive, judgy way.
We're talking about water on a pavement. Really? I don't understand where your life has got to where you have to sit and take notes on a dude that's car is leaking water on the pavement.
You know, some people just write douchey. They write like fuck faces. He wrote like a fuck face. He just wrote in a way that, oh, you're getting a ticket or you're getting in trouble. Look how I write.
Don't get me started. Fucking HOA.
Yeah, Stephanie says they're a bunch of narcs. They're fucking narcs, man.
Yeah.
They don't have anything better to do, and they like creating drama and stealing joy. And it's very bizarre to me why they just take so much pleasure in being dicks.
Yeah, I rented the one townhouse for the first 14 months. I didn't even notice it. There was the former owner had one little Christmas light tied up on you couldn't even see it. 14 months, no one said on the 15th month I got a notice, you need to take down these lights. If not, you're going to be fined. I'm like, what? They're not even my fucking lights.
Yeah, somebody said they had to take them down inside their house when we had that HOA post.
Yes.
Horse shit.
They had lights hanging up inside their house, and somebody from the HOA complained. Like, what?
Crazy, and the thing is, they know they suck. They know everyone hates them.
Yeah. Somebody else said our HOA, they had like a ruler out there. They're measuring how high the grass was.
They have that?
Like, wow.
Oh, yeah.
And on my HOA where I live, we got a few people that have rational minds on the board. Mm-hmm. But the girl just told me at the house party last Sunday, one of the few rational minds on my HOA board, she's like, yeah, I'm resigning. I just can't do it anymore. None of the good people will ever stay because they realize they're outnumbered by psychos. So when the good people do get on the board and they try to, make people think rationally and say, like, why are we doing all this stuff? Why are we policing so much of our own residents? Mm-hmm. They get outnumbered by psycho and they quit.
Yeah.
Because they don't need the headache.
Right.
If you're a rational-minded person, why would you want to be on a HOA with all the screaming and infighting and drama and madness? Like, who's got time for that?
If I was on the HOA board, fuck yeah, you can swim in the lake. You can swim in the lake. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, we could have done call them outs all day on HOA stuff.
Totally.
I know. It's kind of like traffic. There's never a shortage of people bitching about it.
And you don't see it in other parts of the country, like in Florida. I don't know why it's so widely just accepted in Florida, but it is.
There was one call them out I forgot to mention here today. I saw over the weekend Fox Sports got called out, taking some heat. They were airing the New York Yankees and Red Sox, Boston Red Sox together. It's a big rivalry in baseball, Virginia. They hate each other. Those two teams
hate each other.
Okay.
And so they had superimposed their logos over the memorial pools at the site of the former World Trade Center.
Oh, boy.
And people are like, well, that's pretty tasteless. They didn't think that was a good move to post their logos over those memorial pools because one had the Yankees logo on it. And so it was the aerial view of that. And so I was like, well, it'll be interesting to see how big of a shitstorm that turns into.
But you know what, Virginia, the Yankees are winning this season, so it'll probably fly under the radar. The Yankees fans are going to be cool because they're winning.
Yeah.
They're having a great year. The Yanks are back, as they say.
Are they?
Yeah, they're having a good year.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like when the Yankees are good, man. And no, don't worry, we're not going to talk baseball. I'm shutting the fuck up now.
Yeah. So if you missed it, if you're watching KVJ TV, that's what they did with it. So there was kind of a debate over whether it was a big deal or not a big deal.
Kevin Ralston, as a human, do you think this is a big deal? Your personal opinion.
If I were there in the newsroom, I'd be like, guys, I don't think that's the right move. I don't. To me, a memorial is something, and especially when it's, memorializing lives that were lost, and recently enough that a lot of people would know them. I just think that a lot of people could take it the wrong way and not like it. So if I were in the Fox Sports, I'd be like, guys, let's not do that. That's
You're not going to mess with anything that involves 9/11,
No,
or
not at all.
You're going to stick to the
Not at
I
all
hear what
with
you're
baseball
saying.
logos. So
Don't mess with 9/11.
Yeah, and
That's it.
Well, because you're going to be walking into a shitstorm of some sort.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're okay, I mean, look, if you're able to deal with shitstorms and you're okay with it.
Right, but
then-
I don't think that's what they intended. And
Sure.
somebody just kind of, I know how those things work. Somebody just whiffed and be like, dude, you didn't think maybe somebody might have a problem with that somewhere?
Yeah, Darsala, and I hope I'm saying your name right. She says, not a big deal, but not appropriate either.
Just not
Right.
appropriate.
Yeah, I
That's
agree.
the thing. You just got to know that we don't mess with the 9/11 memorial in any way, shape, or form.
Well, especially, let's say you lost somebody and you fucking hate the Yankees. You're like, ugh, this is.
Yeah.
I don't want to associate this with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or one of your loved ones, died in the tower that they put the Red Sox logo on, and you do hate the Red Sox.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah,
There you
that's
go.
not cool.
It kind of feels like a rookie mistake.
Oh,
Like
rookie.
whoever did that. Oh.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
whoever did that, whoever put that logo there is kind of not very bright.
So you think
Yeah.
they kind of struck out?
Oh.
There's a lot of baseball terms we could use for this.
Another thing that went down yesterday was National Ice Cream Day.
Yes.
Oh, I accidentally celebrated.
You did? Okay, good.
I had one of those. I love those orange creamsicles.
Oh,
You
yeah.
ever have them, Fat Kevin?
Oh,
Ooh.
way back in the day. When
Love
yeah.
Right now at Publix, Ben and Jerry's little pints are BOGO, buy one, get one free. So I got that salted caramel core one that we talked about.
That's about the only fucking thing that's BOGO these days. I can tell you that much.
Right.
Frozen. I saw frozen pizza for $12 the other day.
Wow.
Yeah.
The home run in pizza is BOGO.
It's expensive too.
It
though.
is.
That fucking thing.
I know.
Home run pizza has gone up quite a lot. And which I don't know if you guys are noticing. Every store seems to have its own. Like I'll go to one Publix and it's different at that store than it is at other stores.
Prices, you mean?
Yes.
Okay.
Is that, or am I just high?
Both.
Huh.
I think prices do differ, but you're probably also high.
That is odd, though, that one Publix, you would think that there would be somebody at corporate that would almost be setting prices for the most part.
I noticed it with my Marky Mark pickles. They were 15 cents more expensive in the Northern Gardens area.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm doing the work.
You ate Marky Mark's pickle?
I did, and I'm
Yeah.
a big pickle lover. I was kind of disappointed in it.
How big was it?
I wanted to. It was the sliced pickles,
Yeah, okay.
but they were expensive. They were almost $8 for these pickles. But I'm like, oh, Marky Mark, he's got the fucking Wahlburger show and all that.
Yeah.
I was expecting more.
They got Wahlburgers burgers
I
now,
know.
too. They got burgers. I was impressed.
I'm noticing there's certain restaurants that are they're going into the stores. Chick-fil-A has got 2 sauces available.
Okay.
The Polynesian and the Chick-fil-A sauce. Now, look, I know I was the sponsor of Bud's for a long time. I'm not with them right now, so I'm allowed to talk chicken. And
Okay.
and I have to report what I see.
You're a free chicken agent?
Right now, I'm not. I'm a free chicken
Oh,
agent.
someone needs
Yeah.
to pluck you.
Oh.
Yeah, right.
I'm also available for pizza.
So Google posted a map for National Ice Cream Day. They went and found the top ice cream shop that people search for on Google Maps in all 50 states. So they did it by state. Any guess what was number 1 for the state of Florida?
Bird.
Yeah.
Carvel.
Carvel, good guess. Not it. What do you think, Virginia? Any other
Baskin
guesses?
Robbins.
Baskin Robbins crushed it throughout the Southeast. In fact, I think all the way from Georgia to Louisiana, Baskin Robbins won every state except for Alabama for some reason. Number one for Florida was Cold Stone.
Oh, Cold Stone's good.
I like them all. I mean, Carvel I love because of Fudgy the Whale and the black crunchy things, but they're not the only ones that have the black crunchy things in their stuff.
Okay.
And you can go in there and buy just the black crunchy things.
I know you can. That's kind of my move now when I go into ice cream shops. I go to the refrigerator they have. That's where they keep all the good fixings.
Talk slow.
That's where they keep all the good fixings. Real cold ice cream, real sweet, fucking nice.
And there you go.
I was trying to talk sexy for
I rub
you.
it on my junk.
Yeah.
And then I look at the other patrons in the store while I'm doing it.
That'd be quite a scene.
That would be quite a scene. You might get the law called.
Yeah, I think Carvel's my favorite, man. Although the sugar cone from Baskin and Robbins is delectable.
That was a fat cat when I was a kid. There was a Baskin Robbins that was on our way home. Anytime we would head up to Columbus, you'd have to go by the Baskin Robbins. And as a fat kid, they took me there pretty much every time. I loved it.
Sugar cone or waffle cone for a fat Kevin? What's gonna really?
Sugar cone.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah,
God,
baby.
I love it.
Good old sugar cone, man.
I love fat Kevin so
Yeah,
much.
There's so much fun in that. So much fun in that. All right, well, y'all enjoy your Monday. Thanks for being here. We're back tomorrow. Have a great day. We'll see you back on Tuesday.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems, ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.